up, everybody? I hope everybody is having a lovely day so far. Um, as for me, I'm alright. I just woke up, so I'm a little tired. But I thought I would make this video to basically, I guess, somewhat explain what IVF is and basically show you guys the process of it. Well, not everybody's process is going to be the same. So I'm going to show you my process. The amount of time I have on it and everything, because everybody's is different. Not everybody's process is going to be the same because everybody's situation is different. The reason why I'm doing IVF is going to be completely different from the girl next to me. But everybody's process for doing IVF is different. Now, before you start IVF, the doctors want to make sure that IVF is a must for the simple fact that IVF is very expensive. But IVF is a process. It's a few months process. So even if you think you have to go through IVF, you still have to go through the lab works first to verify it. Have a consultation with your doctor. And then from there, you guys take it on from there. For us, the way ours worked was we went and we did our analysis. Then Daddy did his analysis, and that took a few months. And then it came back us having to do IVF after, but it was 100% confirmed that we had to do IVF after all of his processes on August 10th. That is when we completely found out that yes, IVF is a must. That's the only way. So we're moving forward. Now, in that process, we started off with a new patient consultation. Then we talked to him about it. He explained us IVF. He explained us how it works and what's going to happen. Okay. So at that moment, he had asked us when was it that we wanted to start. And we told him we wanted to start as soon as possible. Because for the simple fact that if it wasn't because of this pandemic, we would have already been done this a while ago. So, but at that new patient consultation, even though we weren't new patients, but we were new patients when it came to finally starting the process, he went and he did an ultrasound on me and he did blood work. He also started me on birth control. Yes, birth control. It is weird for the simple fact I'm trying to conceive and you're giving me birth control. Yes, but there's a reason behind it. Reason behind the birth control is they want to start the simulation of all of your follicles in your ovaries and your eggs and everything to basically mature all at the same time. They want them to grow at the same time. So this helps simulate that. That starts off the process. It helps starting the simulation of your follicles, basically maturing and growing all in one size. Because as of right now, my eggs are about the size of a pea, but they want my eggs to be the size of a half dollar. My bad, half of a dollar. So basically from a pea to half a dollar, that's pretty much a big difference when it comes to your eggs. But they want that to happen. They want all of your eggs to do that at the same time. So that's why they start you on birth control. But I was on birth control for a total of 16 days before I had to stop. I stopped about 2 days ago. So, and I went 2 days without taking any medication or anything like that. After the doctor told me to stop the birth control pills on Wednesday. But from there, what we did was we did the new patient consultation. He did my ultrasound. He did blood work, and he gave me the birth control pills. Now, that ultrasound and that blood work was to basically to give him a number of eggs in my ovaries. And he told me that average number of eggs that should be in my ovaries for my age is 14. So I'm 25, so the number of eggs that should be in my ovaries is 14. Now, I have 15 eggs, which is really good because that's one more than I'm supposed to have, which is amazing considering that we are doing this IVF. And I'm sorry, all of this has me very emotional. And sorry. We've been waiting so long for this, and the fact that it's actually happening is really overwhelming for me. And yeah, it sucks that we have to go through this, but at least it's possible for us to be able to have a baby. And that just has me very overwhelmed. So sorry for this little breakdown, but let's get back into the video. So we talked about birth control pills, new call patient consultation, the first ultrasound and blood work, basically to have them see how many eggs are in your ovaries. And then from there, well, that's the first consultation. And then at least for me, he asked me to come back in 2 weeks, which was great because I went on vacation after that. For 2 weeks. So it worked out fine. Came back Sunday. My next appointment was that following Monday. So it's like, it's not 2 weeks waiting at home. No, it's 2 weeks on vacation and come back and do all this. But that was on Monday. When I went on Monday, we spoke to him again. Basically, he was asking me how it was going with the birth control pills. And I was like, it's going good. He couldn't remember exactly how long I was on it because he didn't know if it was exactly 2 weeks or if it was a little bit more. And then I told him, no, I've been taking it. Today would be officially 2 weeks that I've been taking it. No, almost 2 weeks because I went Monday. Well, Tuesday would have been my exact 2 weeks. So we spoke to him a little bit more about what we wanted to do. He was basically asking us exactly when did we want to start. We told him as soon as possible. So we went and we spoke to another lady, which was the coordinator for the injections, because during IVF, you have to do injections. And they're self-injections. That's basically the injections are so that your eggs can grow. But we went and we spoke to her. She basically explained to us how to do the injections and everything. Now, the medication for IVF is separate from the cost of the actual surgery, of the actual IVF. So they told me that, and since all of this is self-pay, they helped me out. They gave me, I have a folder of all my paperwork because when it comes to this, I'm wanting to be very on top of everything. So if you see me looking through papers, it's because I'm trying to find one for you guys. But when it came to the medication, they went and they gave me this paper. It's a website. It's a financial helping website for the medication. You apply, and you can either get approved for 25, 50, or 75% off your medication. Now, that is a lot, even if it was a 25%. She wasn't sure if I would have gotten approved for it by the time I had to pay for my medication, because like I said, we went Monday. This was all given to me Monday, and I had to start this on Saturday. So literally it was 5 days in between, if you count Monday. Between when we went and to get the medication to when I have to start the medication. But she gave me this. She said it takes about 3 to 5 days for you to get approved. Sometimes, luckily, you can get approved ahead of time. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take my chances and I'm going to apply. Because it's either I apply and get it before I have to pay for my medication, or I apply and it doesn't work. Which is fine because it's just a hit or miss at that point. So I had applied Monday right after we left the doctor's office. So I was like, the sooner I apply, the sooner maybe I can get approved and we can start this. So I applied and I didn't get any notification that day. But I did get a phone call from the pharmacy, from the pharmacy of the medication, and they were telling me how I have all my medication, and they gave me the price for the medication. This is the price for what the medication was. $2,334.89 is what I would have paid out of pocket for my medication. Like I said, IVF is expensive, but it's worth it. So that was Monday. They called me, they gave me the number, and at that moment I wasn't prepared because I had nothing. I didn't deposit anything or any of that. So I was like, okay, can I call back tomorrow, which was Tuesday, and pay for it once I get settled with the money wise? She's like, yeah, no problem, this and that. Okay, Tuesday comes around, I go and I deposit all the money I need to deposit, and then I get a text message from the program saying that I got approved 50% off. So I was approved the 50% one, which is amazing. Now, it doesn't apply to all of the medications. I had I had 4 medications, my bad. I had 4 medications, and that only applied to 2 of them out of the 4. Now, it's only 2 out of the 4. That's still going to be expensive. Yeah, not too badly, because I almost got $1,100 off. So basically, I paid half of that number. So basically, I got 50% off the 2 most expensive medications, which was amazing because, yeah, we are prepared for this, but saving money is still great. So if you are in that process and you are doing self-pay, this website is great. It's a hit or miss if you can get it on time, but I got it then the very next day, and the lady had told me it was 3 to 5 days. So take your chances like I did. But I will go ahead and put that website down in the description below, so that if anybody needs that, it is there. And I just want to help out just like they helped me out. So that will be down in the description below and everything. After they gave me that, she sat down and she gave me my schedule on how it's going to work. And basically my schedule on when to inject this, when to stop birth control, this and that. Because at that moment I was still taking birth control. I didn't know when my last day was until I saw my calendar. So my last day for taking birth control was on the 26th, which was Wednesday. Today is Friday. But I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm everything. But so they gave me the 4 medications. And right there when we were talking to her, she was basically explaining to me how to do the injections. Now, there's 4 injections, but 5 medications, because one of the medication is an actual pill. So one of the medications is an actual pill. Now, I'm not quite sure what this is for, but it's part of the process, so I'm taking it. So I'll take this in the morning, and it's called Dex. And it is 0.5 mg, and I'm supposed to take 1 tablet by mouth every day. So that's the first medication. And that is the first medication that you see here. That's in green. And I got to take that. There's different times I have to take all the medication. So I had to take the pill plus an injection in the morning, and then 1 injection at night. But I got to do it between 6 and 8. I know this is backwards, so you guys can't really see it that well. But same thing, 6 and 8 p.m., 6 and 8 a.m. Now right there's only 2 injections plus 1 pill. Where's the other injection? The other injection comes in 5 days later. So it could be 5 days, it could be 6 days. She put the name of the medication, but she also put little question marks because she's not sure if I'm going to start on that day or this day. It all depends on how my ovaries and my eggs are developing, depending on how fast or how slow they're developing, depending on when I start that. But there are basically 3 injections plus the very last injection, which is the 4th one, which is the one that you take completely by yourself, which is basically called the trigger shot. But that one I will get into a little bit later. Now, I have to take a medicine called HCG, 20 units of it. Now, I have the medication right here. When I received my medication, I had a little bit of a meltdown because I did not know that this little bit of medication would be enough for the entire process. I thought they had forgotten medication, but apparently not, because this is supposed to be for 25 days apparently. And then I have, and then they gave me the needles to be able to inject. Now I'm supposed to do 20 units, which is basically up to there, filled of that with this little bit. But apparently the needle's very skinny, so apparently it's gonna be enough. But this is the HCG. I don't know why I said that. This is the HCG. Now, for me personally, they gave me a low dosage HCG because of the simple fact that I have more than enough eggs. So they want to give me a high dosage of that. Now, there is one down here that says FSH. And then you see a number right there that says 150. That is also a low dosage for me, for the simple fact that I have enough eggs and I'm young, and it doesn't seem like I'm going to have a problem with them being able to grab eggs. But this one, some people get that low dosage like me, and some people don't. Some people literally have to get a 300 unit dosage every day. So, but this one is the FSH injection. This is basically looking like an EpiPen. Now, here it says 0. When I am ready for it, I have to twist this knob until it says 150. And then I have to inject it. Just have to hold it down and wait until it clicks, and then that means it's completely empty. But the way this one is, it's like that. You have the liquid in here already, basically, a little bit. And then you grab, they come with tips. You can screw it on and then you inject it. But that's that one. Then the one that is 5 days later, along with the question marks next to it, which is, I'm sorry because I cannot pronounce this name, Ketrotide? Ketrotide? I don't know. That one is this one, basically. And all these medications have to be refrigerated because they need to be cold. But this one came basically already, not prepared, but already in the kit. So here we have the needle. And then this is already filled up with this water for the injection. And then here in the little corner, I have a little thingy. I don't even know what they're called, but basically where the medication is, what I'm supposed to do is, and there's 2 needles. There's one bigger needle and then one smaller needle. What I'm supposed to do is put the bigger needle on the syringe and inject this water inside of the powder, because this is the powder that's sitting right there. I'm supposed to inject all of that water inside of there. After I inject all that water inside, I go ahead, recap the needle, take that needle off, and put the smaller needle in, because we don't like the big needle. We don't like the big needle to be injecting ourselves. So there's that one. Then the final one that you would have to finally take after 10 days, because this process is 10 days of injections. 10 days of you injecting yourself. Well, at least me. That's me. But I did my research before we started all this, and it was an average of 10 days for everybody in the injections. Now, she started me off with 150 units. Now, if you see on Mondays, there's no number there. Only because I have to go back on Monday so she can go ahead and see how I'm doing. At that moment, she's going to decide if I stay on the same units or if she either lowers it or raises it up. It all depends on how my eggs are growing. And then once I start it, which is on Saturday, tomorrow, I start my very first injection. I'm a little bit nervous, but it's okay because I got this. And I have wonderful people around me that are going to be helping me. And I have all of you guys that are walking through this with us. And I can do this. And I know I can. Even though sometimes I have a little bit of doubt in my head that I'm going to mess something up and that it's not going to happen because of me. That thought needs to get out of my head because I have a support group behind me. So great. More than anybody, Daddy. Daddy has helped me so much and he has been so supportive and everything. So it's scary because this is something we've been wanting and we're here. We have all the medication. We have everything. We have our calendar and we're starting it. And it's just scary that I would mess anything up. Like I did an injection wrong or anything. But I have a support group behind me that is amazing. And I can do this. And I have you guys, all you guys that continue to watch, continue to follow, are supporting us and everything. I appreciate and I love you guys so much. And I just thought I should tell you guys that. Because yeah, we just started this channel and everything, but we have gotten so much love and so much support that it is it's just great. Like I love you guys so much. Like, but let's stop getting emotional. That's another thing, and that's another reason why I'm very emotional. My hormones right now are everywhere. My hormones are everywhere and I am very emotional, so I apologize for being a little too emotional when I make these videos. I try to control myself, but just like there's those little urges that's like, but then I get back to normal. So sorry about that, but back to the video. But yeah, so I have to go Monday. She's gonna decide if I stay on the same dosage or if she changes it. Then once I start my process, which is on Saturday, and then I go back on Monday. After Monday, I have to go to the doctor's every other day. So I go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because they have to keep track of how the eggs are growing. They don't want it to grow too fast. They don't want it to grow too slow. So they have to see you constantly every other day so that they can continue to monitor you. And when I go, it's blood work and ultrasounds each and every time. So basically, my last birth control pill I took was the 26th. I start injections the 29th. Last day for my injections, which are the normal injections, will be the 7th. Now, like I had mentioned, there's a thing called a trigger shot. That trigger shot you won't take until your doctor tells you time and date exactly to take that. That trigger shot is this. Yes, I already have it, but I will not use it until they tell me to. Now, the way the trigger shot one is basically just like the cryo Ketrodite kit. You have your liquid, your water, and then you have your powder. Basically, take the water, put it in here, inject everything that's in here in you. And it's the same concept. big needle, small needle, syringe. It's basically, once you get everything organized and you understand what is what, it is simple. Me, when I first got all of this, I was overwhelmed because I couldn't remember how the doctor had told me everything went, and I psyched myself out. So I was overwhelmed. But I got this because I was able to calm down, and with my wonderful friend, she helped me out in getting everything organized and whatnot. So, but yeah, so 7th would be the last day I do my regular shots. And then they'll either tell me between the 9th, 10th, or 11th to do the trigger shot, and that's when they will do the egg retrieval. Because after you do your trigger shot, the very next day is when you go in to do your egg retrieval. Now, my doctor just told me, well, not just told me when I went, told me that when after they do the egg retrieval, normally takes 3 to 5 days for the embryos to develop. After the embryos develop, they can give you the exact number of how many embryos were successful. Normally they go ahead and schedule you 3 to 5 days after that to go ahead and put them back in. But my doctor told me that he likes to wait a month after the retrieval to be able to inject them again. Only because my hormone levels will be out of balance. They're not going to be normal because all of this is going to make my hormones out of balance more than what they already are. So he wants to wait a month after the retrieval to be able to inject them back in, just so that my hormone levels can go back to basically normal, to stable. Because there has been new research and everything that there is more of a positive outcome, a more success rate when they wait for the hormone levels to go back to normal. So there is that. If you did not know that and you are going through IVF and this is your 3rd, 4th time, and you just automatically get the embryos back in 3 to 5 days after they develop, maybe ask your doctor to freeze them and wait a month for your hormone levels to go back to normal and then start again. But that is basically my process. So I won't know exactly when I am going to get the egg retrieval. All I know it's going to be between the 9th and the 11th of September is when they're going to do my egg retrieval. And then I don't know exactly what day I'm going to get them back in. So that is basically a waiting game at this point. But it's exciting because I have everything I need to start it. But that's my calendar. Your calendar can be different. Everybody's situation is different. My situation is different from, like I said, the girl next to me. But I am very hopeful. I am very excited. I am very overwhelmed, emotional about all of this. And I am ready to get this started. So tomorrow will be day 1 of injections. I'm scared because I've never self-injected myself. Oh, that's another thing. I completely forgot. When it comes to the injections, she gave me how to inject myself. So yeah, it's self-injected. I'm very nervous about that. But like I said, I have a support team behind me that will be helping me. So, but basically the way it works is you can inject yourself basically where underneath your belly button, anywhere around there, you can go ahead and inject yourself. And it shows you how to inject basically. And then they did give me this little, throwaway thing, this trash can for the needles basically. They did give me that. So, and then they did give me a bunch of alcohol wipes because you're supposed to wipe the area clean first. Obviously, y'all know that because I'm pretty sure y'all have gotten blood work done. And y'all know they clean it first and then whatnot. But, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I'm excited, you guys. I'm excited. This is so overwhelming. But I wanted to make this video to basically explain what how IVF works, basically. How the steps are, what's the process. Well, at least tell you my process, because it could be that everybody's process is similar to this, but not everybody's process is the same. So this is my process. Your process could be different or the same. Who knows? Everybody's situation is different. But IVF is basically a way for people to be able to conceive that are having trouble conceiving naturally. And it is a process. It is a long process, but it is worth it at the very end. Now, financially, if you are not ready for IVF, there are programs, financial programs that you can apply for. I'm not quite sure which ones they are, but I know they do exist because I did do a little bit of research on them, but not fully, because we weren't really looking into that because we've been saving and everything for this for a minute already. But like I said, IVF is very expensive. The process itself, at least where I'm going, for one cycle is almost about $12,000 for one cycle. Like I said, some people have to go through 2, 3, 4 cycles. But I'm hopeful that we only have to go through one cycle. So we only paid for one cycle. But if we would have paid for 2 cycles, it would have been $18,000. So, like I said, IVF is very expensive, but it's very worth it at the end. The cycle was 12. Medication would have been 2, but it came out to 1,000. So that's the good thing. I saved a little bit of money on the medication. I have all my medication here, and I start tomorrow. And I'm excited. But I just thought I would make this video, explain to you guys how IVF works, how long the process is, how my process is gonna go, so that you guys can stay tuned and basically have in mind what to expect. Because somewhat of an expectation, because I don't even know what to expect, and I'm the one going through it. But yeah, no, I just thought I would make this video to basically show you guys the medication, show you guys my calendar, talk to you a little bit about financially of IVF, talk to you a little bit about savings on the medication, just a little bit of advice, as much advice as I can, considering that my knowledge of IVF is basically not so much. Everything I just explained to you guys is what I've learned with IVF and how the process works and everything. I'm learning as I go because, like I said, this is my first time ever going through this, and this is new to me. I never thought I would be going through IVF, but hey, things happen, and at least there's a solution, and I'm happy. So that's all that matters. So later on in more of my videos, I will be talking more about it and more of how the process is going and how I'm feeling, and basically giving you guys more information on IVF as I learn on it, and everything you guys will also be learning, because I will be telling you guys and explaining and trying my best to have everything out clear and whatnot. So, but this is it for the video. I don't have anything else to talk about. I talked about the birth control pills. I talked about financial, how much it's going to be. I talked about the injections, how the injections work, the pills. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can talk about, considering that my knowledge and everything that I'm going through is basically what I'm telling you guys. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up with this video. But before I do, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up and help us out and continue with us on this journey that is new and exciting and nerve-wracking. And just stay tuned because there's little surprises coming as well. Well, we're hoping that there's a little surprise along with this that I'm excited if it does happen. I'm excited for you guys to find out. So, but I love you guys all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.